If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free Valspar paint or exterior stain sample to test your look to confidently refresh your space. Offer valid in-store only 8/7 to 8/20. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken in time of purchase. See associate for details. Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
When you are a AAA games dev, you create games. When you create games that people don't like, you wonder why. When you wonder why, it shows you are clueless. When you are clueless, you tank the company's stock. When you tank the company's stock, you go back to playing Pong without eating. Don't play Pong without eating. Just start your own independent company.
In a world where gaming is everything, welcome to the Extreme Gaming Podcast.
It's Extreme Gaming Podcast, episode number 293, closing in on that 300. And today on the show with me, I'm Great Gamer 25, by the way, and you guys are...
Fred, as always, hello, I hope you're all well.
And Matt, also known as Irish Guardian, on anything and everything I can get my hands on and stuff.
Including OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, only RGBs, only Windows.
Only Windows?
Only Windows, yeah.
That's a new one. Just to tell everybody up on the upfront, some of the things we're going to talk about today is the Battlefield 6 beta, Mafia The Old Country, LG has put out a brand new display, Football Manager 26, and Far Cry is becoming a TV show because it is. Join our Discord, discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast. Also check out YouTube because you will see our shorts and occasionally our quick breaks that we put on, which are short versions of the longer podcasts. And we also put out the video podcast where we throw a couple of extras in there that you won't find on the audio podcasts. So we're going to kind of get right into it. Matt was gone last week because he was sicky poo. And that was sicky and pooing, but you know, hey. So we're going to start off with this hardware news or as Matt calls it, some sort of hardware news. So Matt, why don't you just tell us, because it looks like Windows 11 is up first, huh?
Yeah, so Windows 11 is making more changes. This time it's to the SE support, which is ending. So it will stop all its updates, security patches by October in 2026. So we got a year. Just over a year, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a simplified cloud-first operating system for schools, designed to compete with Chrome OS on a low-cost laptops. So pretty, yeah, anyways. It's ended because of poor performance on budget hardware, limited adaptions, and education markets. The device.
Did they mention anything about the bloatware and stuff that they put in it?
Oh, there's enough bloatware in this stuff.
Yeah.
Some people actually pay for this, and they're getting so much advertisements, bloatware, which it shouldn't be allowed. Unless they're renting it, it shouldn't be allowed at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Microsoft Surface laptops will lose their support early. So schools are advised to switch to Windows 11 Home or Education. So they've got their own education support there for that one. Users should back up their files and prepare to upgrade to the full Windows 11 edition. So be aware. Get yourself sorted.
So when's the Windows 12 supposed to be coming? I keep hearing different things, but...
Windows 12 is still in the works.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
I think there's no date so far. So this is just for the educational, server educational operating system.
I'd never heard of SE before. I thought it was like Special Edition or something. Maybe that's what it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, remember Windows Me Millennium Edition? So like a cut down version. I'd never heard of SE. Have you guys heard of Windows 11 SE until today?
Partially, I've seen what schools use, which is like a web style cloud performance sort of operating system sort of thing, which is
like for netbooks or something.
Yeah, but I thought it was like our gel systems, which use Linux back in the day, anyways, to do their things and have a virtual.
There was a Windows 10 version, a Windows 10 version that was going on out there without all the bloatware. It had a name, and I can't remember it now. But a lot of people didn't know about it because most of the people that repair PCs knew it, and et cetera. I'm wondering if we might see when 12 comes out a version of that, because if I hear about that, I would grab it because it's made especially not to have any of the bloatware, not even OneDrive, which I can't stand. It's the first thing I do if I reload Windows or something is go to OneDrive and turn it off right away. And then even sometimes when you turn it off, if you look into the taskmaster, it's still running. It's
already there, yeah.
You know, or at least something's running in the background. And you got to literally go in and turn it off completely, or it'll keep on running. You know,
this is why the Xbox version, this ROG Ally that's coming out, Xbox ROG Ally thing, this handheld, is really cool, because Microsoft handed over Windows to the Xbox team. They went, right, you guys customize Windows to be first and foremost for gamers. And they went, okay. And they went, and so Windows will be sitting in the background, but when you load that up, there's a clean, proper version of Windows for gamers, specifically mobile gamers, to be fair. You would maybe want a version for us PC gamers, but certainly Gray and I and Matt dicks about and does stuff like this, like the productivity side of things, the editing, we probably need Windows to be kind of the way it is at the moment. So, but Windows 12 will help when it comes out. It's just it got delayed. It was going to be out like now or next year, but I'm sure it was 2026. And then they said, "Listen, we need to put it back," but it will still come at some point.
And do you guys think, or is your opinion is that Windows 12 will have a better launch than 11 did? Because there's still people talking about how they don't like 11, and that's part of the reason why Windows 10 is still surviving, and why they kept on moving the support date down more and more and more until finally they're finally going to get rid of it in October. But I'm just wondering whether 12 is going to be like a lesson kind of thing or something.
It has to be, man, doesn't it? Because people like yourself, Gray, have had nothing but issues with 11. Touch wood, I've been okay. Even Matt's had issues with 11. It's been such a pain. Like Windows 10 was great, and Windows 11 just came along and just messed it up. So I think they have to listen to what people have said with feedback and go, right, let's take what's good about Windows 10 and then let's look at the elements of Windows 11 that we know people like, that were good, and see if we can actually make Windows 12 Windows 12 should be what Windows 11 was not, an actual working operating system. So I'll probably upgrade because it'll be free. So why not?
Are they going to? I also heard rumors that they're going to change the numbering and make it more like Windows 25 or Windows.
Really?
Whatever.
That was an Apple thing. I don't know if Microsoft will do that.
Yeah,
that'll be confusing.
Again, it's all rumor, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Just give me something that already that works.
Yeah, as long as it works and it's clean, it's not full of nonsense and bloatware that you don't actually want. Like even now, today I turned on my machine and it came back up with the Windows 11. You've installed Windows 11. Let's help you set up. I'm like, why are you sending me this? I've already set up this thing 3 times. Why do I have to keep doing it? This nonsense. So as long as it doesn't
trying to turn it off or something, and it comes back again, and it's just like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress a bit, but you said you have something up about toast in a PC.
Yeah. So this is gorgeous. God. I don't know how I come across this, but I did, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So this is a toaster. I mean, have a look. See if I can.
Toaster?
Are you going to share a picture of this? This will be great.
This is going to be mad. Hold on. Let's see if I can. There we go.
Oh no! So look at this thing.
Wow.
There you go. So this is a Signal RGB toaster PC from meme to machine. Look at that. So it's hardware desk. After years of waiting, Razer's infamous project, The Breadwinner,
The breadwinner, I get it.
To materialize, Signal RGBs has taken the matters into its own hands and decided to slice the bread and get things going. So literally, here's the RGB software company. Built fully functional PC inside a real toaster.
Matt, can you pause it? Can you pause it on one of the shiny screens, because it is doing my head in.
Yeah. Oh.
Or just take it off, whichever one you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to understand. Is this supposed to hook up to a monitor or?
Yeah, so you plug in a monitor at the back. There's like a HDMI. You have your power outlets and your USBs and all that stuff at the back.
By the way, for our audio people, this really does look like a toaster. I mean, it's pretty funny looking.
With a Stream Deck in the front.
Yeah,
exactly. And if you get a chance, watch our video podcast, and I'll put in the picture so you can see it and everything.
Wow!
But look at the buttons. If you look closely, it says cancel, bagel, and defrost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when people do this.
What's so great about this though is you just have to have like a mini fridge near your, in your man cave or whatever. Yeah. And then you have this, and you can sit there and make your bagel, your toast, and just butter it up and keep playing
while gaming at the same time. This is like a bachelor's wet dream right here.
Look, most of us bring food in when we're gaming anyway. So now you can have hot food instead.
Yeah, you don't have to have crumbs in your keyboard. You can have them in your PC as well.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. Now you're gonna see everybody coming up with the hot pockets and putting hot pockets in this thing. Going pizza hot pocket,
heated by the graphics card and everything. So inside here, inside here is the i5 14600K Raptor Lake, the refresh version, with a Zotac RTX 5060 GPU. The motherboard is an Asus Strix Z790i, which is the mini i things there. 32 gigabytes of DDR5 Trident Z RAM, powered at 6,000 MTs.
Not bad for a small toaster.
Yeah, not bad. 2 terabytes of an NVMe stick drive. I still don't know what you would call that. And a Cooler Master power supply of 850 wattage on there.
850 watt. Cool.
Yeah. So there you go. So you're right. It's built with the dual LCD screens with a Stream Deck, as you've seen there. Those things above the toasters are your as your dialers. Those are screens. Apparently LCD screens, that come up with your temperatures and all that stuff there. So the 4 bread slots are blocked by 140mm fans, RGBs at the bottom there. The ejection levers are for power and restart, which is pretty cool. So the top one there with the blue sticker underneath it, that's your power. The next one is your reset or restart, whatever you want to call it there. The rotary knobs are pretty much to go, and they control the ventilation at the top. See how much wind flow your machine got. So it's mad. Also, at the time of doing this, Razer were given a roast for a giveaway. They're giving away the toaster PC with a 10-port Thunderbolt 4 RGB dock as well.
So this is not for sale at all, I guess?
No. This is somebody's
one-off
project, pretty much, and somebody else can win it in a giveaway. Did
you notice at the top of the toaster there's some kind of I see a triangle emblem and then maybe the name of either the graphics card or Razer or somebody up there,
or the toaster.
See it? Yeah, you see it.
Yeah, engraved in there. Yeah, it's quite good. So it's quite interesting to see that. Yeah.
Remind me the CPU and GPU again, please, mate.
The CPU on there is Intel Core i5 14600K, the Raptor Lake. And the GPU, did you say as well?
Yeah.
Zotac RTX 5060.
Yeah, decent setup. That's like a micro ITX kind of setup in there, so that's cool. No, I like that. I like things. I like little niche projects like that, boys. Like the Toy Story PC that you found before, Matt. Keep finding little gems like that. Like I remember the Xbox that came out as a little fridge and stuff as well. You know, cool concepts like this. Xbox. Yeah. In fact, a toaster did come out. Who made it? Microsoft. They don't make a limited edition number of toasters shaped as Xboxes. I'm sure they
Well,
did.
I think you remember they used to have flying toasters as your screensaver, Microsoft,
Yeah,
way back in the day.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Everybody
Yeah,
thought that
and
was great.
if you left it on the screen for too long, because it would keep going up, your screen would have millions of them, and your performance would just take a nosedive because there was like millions of rows
Yeah.
of the. Brilliant.
It moved
Good
real
old days,
slow.
boys.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I remember
It
back
is.
then too. Everybody's going, "You got to run a screensaver. You're going to burn in your tube, and you got to do it." And so everybody's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So everybody had screensavers and what to wear and what to put on. Pretty cool. I like
Good
how.
old days.
By the way, your note said, "Let's hope it doesn't burn."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You put the dials up a little too high, and all of a sudden it starts smoking. Like,
Yeah,
oh no!
exactly. Yeah.
Well, one of them should be an overclock mode. Like I'm telling you, like you should be able to turn one of the knobs or something. Overclock, burning mode. It's a
Yeah.
shame.
It's a
Exactly. Yeah.
toaster mode.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
see, you
toast.
playing a game, you go like toaster mode,
Yeah.
and everything starts with flames on your screen and stuff like that. Like, whoa,
Brilliant.
that's
That
great.
would be quite fun. Yeah.
Anyway,
Keep on with the fun builds, peoples.
Yeah, I swear to God, this is one of the times I wish I was a millionaire. I would go out and buy every one of those, and then just put it in a room by themselves, and stuff. The Toy Story, the toaster, everything. That would be just great.
Yeah. I think I have
Anyway,
to
we'll
do
move along. I got one tech news story, just because I have only one right now. But basically, this is AMD has confirmed that it's developing custom chips with Microsoft, and that these custom chips are going to power the next-gen Xbox devices, but not just consoles, but PCs and handhelds as well. So they're like going all out. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I was reading here and how well AMD is doing since Intel is like frying and disappearing. During its Q2 earnings call, AMD posted a phenomenal 71.4% increase in the client and gaming segment. The segment includes client Ryzen CPU and gaming GPU SoCs, or system on a chip, products. The client revenue jumped to $2.5 billion, a 66% increase, thanks to strong sales of Ryzen CPUs. Yeah, no kidding, because that's the only chip out there now. Especially the 9000 X3D SKUs, which, of course, Trev and I have, and Matt will have one day.
All donations are very welcome.
That's right. Send money, please.
Yeah.
They said in the gaming segment, the revenue has increased to $1.1 billion, 83.3% increase. When have you heard numbers like this? You only used to hear these numbers with Intel, maybe. But
Yeah.
AMD never enjoyed numbers like these, This includes graphic products like the 9000 series GPUs, etc., as well as the custom SoCs. They're getting big on the SoCs everywhere, man. It's like, and they're very smart because they went for that market when Intel was doing well, and Intel wasn't doing anything really in that market, and they really built themselves up. They said that they reaffirmed a multi-year collaboration with Microsoft in designing the custom chips. The most interesting thing apparently is the company mentions that this particular system on a chip won't just power the next-gen Xboxes, but also PCs and handhelds. So I'm thinking to myself, so what kind of PC are they going to put out that's got an SoC, like a laptop or an all-in-one little PC? I guess. I mean, that's that's not something for us because we're power users. But for people that really want just to walk away with it and it works, I guess that's a good thing.
Traveling worker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this ought to be interesting going ahead. So they're not sitting down on their butt at all. They're taking advantage of Intel having issues. By the way, I don't know if you saw that video. We posted it in the Discord. I know you guys took a quick peek at it. We all been talking about how Intel's kind of crashing and burning, but I really didn't realize how bad it was until I watched the video by Gamers Nexus, and they were pulling out. One thing about Gamers Nexus is when they do something, they do a crap load of research, and then they just put it up on the screen too. They don't just trust the fact that they're saying it. They want you to see where they're getting it from, which is kind of almost like a lawyer how they work. But anyway, so they were showing all this stuff, and it was just like, wow, man, Intel was like, losing. And they're basically talking from both sides of their face because the CEO's going like, well, we're having to get lean and mean and take care, and the result's going to be fantastic. And then in the meantime, because everybody's going like, "What are you talking about?"
Well,
And they're laying off people left and right.
I've got something certainly to add to that. So the Intel thing, that's interesting, Greg. But really quickly, the AMD thing, I'll come back to it in a sec. They're also be making an SoC for the PlayStation 6 and the PlayStation Portable. So that's another thing that just they seem to be the go-to guys. And I watched this AMD thing and I couldn't believe it. Now I was always a Intel guy. Sorry, I meant Intel before. Yeah, I was an Intel guy, and to see them crash and burn, I don't want that, because at the end of the day, we want competition, and if there's no competition, as I said before, AMD will end up becoming equivalent of Nvidia, where they could charge what they want for chips, so they need to be kept on their toes by a strong and competitive AMD, and actually in time Nvidia, because they're starting to make their own chips, their own SoCs, the CPU side of things, not necessarily the GPU side, which they already corner anyway. So we want competition, and we want Intel to come back. That if you watch, I watched that video before it was even posted in the Discord, because, excuse me, I do watch some of Steve's stuff on Gamers Nexus, and he went into some depth, some amount of, like Gray says, the amount of research that his team do. They're actually doing a full-length documentary on GPU smuggling in China, and they've spent close to $100,000 trying to do it. So they've done a Kickstarter for that to try and fund it.
By the way, just to jump in for a second, Trev, the kick fund, the funding for this thing actually went way beyond what they thought. They actually filled that whole thing. They filled the next goal that they had, and they actually had to make up new goals because money was still coming in.
Well, that is excellent news, Gray. I want them to get their, what do they call them? Their additional goals, the step goals and whatnot, because there were some cool things in that they could do. It releases in 2 days' time, and I know some people might be thinking, like, why should we then contribute? Because they had money to make that, but it meant their mainstay content may struggle a little bit, and this is just to keep the rest of the projects going, so you are actually helping one way if you do chip in for it. If you can't chip in, then fine, it's a couple of days' time, the 15th, it will be released. But he goes to some depth, and when he was talking about the Intel side of things, not the in-depth review that I was just talking about a moment ago, but the Intel stuff, they were talking about, if there may be concerns of the foundries that they're starting to make, the additional foundries they might be making, they might have to scrap them. They're making new ones in the US to try and keep his orange self happy, aka Mr. Trump, trying to keep him happy. So they're trying to build more things in the US, which is not a bad thing. Jobs for Americans is never a bad thing if you're in the States. And they're talking about maybe we actually have to pull back in that. And if they do, they're taking another massive step backwards. They're saying basically the guy running them, Mr. Tan, I think his name is maybe not the guy to run them. I think he was like a former engineer or something. So basically, long and short of it is, we need competition, boys and girls.
Definitely.
We need them to come back. Just stick to what you're good at. Stop trying to do fancy things, and then start building up. And then maybe one day I'll go back to you. But it won't be anytime soon, because AM5's here for a long time.
Yeah, well, we need to be reasonable as well, don't we?
I think you're going to see NVIDIA chips way before you see Intel come back. The problem is the old saying is it gets worse before it gets better, and it's still going to get worse for Intel, believe it or not. And that plant that they're building over here in the U.S., it's humongous, and they're only like maybe 40% done with it. And then you, like you said, Trev, they're saying that they may have to halt construction. And I'm going like, whoa, whole construction on a thing that size?
They're going to do a Warner Brothers, mate, and scrap it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Scrapping something that you've built that's that big, and you've already built 40-50% of it, you're gonna lose money just keeping it up.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you take it down, let's just say hypothetically they wanted to trash the whole thing. I don't think they're going to, but if they do, that's a cost as well. So they're gonna there's nothing they can do. It's lose all the way down the line. And then if you go for a comeback with a chip company, a computer chip company making a comeback is way longer than somebody coming up even with GPUs. So a chip has to be planned out so far in advance, et cetera, plants, everything done right. I don't see Intel coming back for like a decade, man.
Well, as long as they don't go bust and they can slowly start building up again, that's what we're looking for them to take baby steps, because their most recent chip is actually very good and competitive. It often takes the leading spot for the productivity side of things. It's just the gaming side of things that we all love here first and foremost that they are far behind. And until they can actually reverse that, then this is why they're maybe going to, well, not maybe, there's strong, heavy rumors that they're going to copy AMD's
of course.
3D cache, because they know that's the way forward. And listen, do you know something? I don't really care. Everyone steals off of one another. Look at bloody Samsung and Apple. Gee, every other year they're stealing shit from each other. So
and Google too. Google's phones.
man. So yeah, interesting. Go and watch Steve's video on Gamers Nexus, people. I highly recommend it, and his documentary on the 15th.
Yeah,
August.
when the 15th rolls around, which by the time you hear this, it may be the 15th. Go ahead and just go listen to it, because the little bits that I've seen is totally unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, they're going into places in China that normally you wouldn't be able to see, and these guys are in there actually stripping the GPUs in front of you.
NVIDIA are going to be pissed, man. The governments are going to be, the Chinese, American government's going to be pissed after seeing this. They're all coming after Steve.
Well, I think if you saw the little promo on it, they asked one of the guys in Japan, they said, well, what does NVIDIA think about all this? And they just go, in the Chinese language, it comes down to they're turning a blind eye, basically.
Oh, yeah,
In Chinese, if they close one eye, they keep one open.
Yeah, that was a cool saying.
And I'm like, oh.
And he has a lot of merch actually related to that. The T-shirt looked pretty cool. I mean, I wasn't going to pay for it because things that over there in the US cost way too much to ship over here, but their shirt looked pretty smart. So
it did.
Yeah.
It did. All right, we're going to move along, and Trev, I guess you're up next with some games news. So
just a couple of things for me today, boys. The first thing that Gray might find interesting, because as we know, Gray and Tencent alone are keeping Ubisoft afloat and alive. So Ubisoft make several popular and famous IPs. Of course, one of them is Assassin's Creed, but the other one is Far Cry, which I probably dislike even more than Assassin's Creed, because it literally is the most copy-paste game out there that has ever existed. However, the concept of it in terms of a story works really, really well.
Sure.
And Ubisoft have confirmed that they say they're making a Far Cry TV series with the TV guys, FX. Probably heard of them in the States. I've heard of them over here. Now, let's not forget that there's already been a confirmed Assassin's Creed live action TV series at Netflix.
Right.
So this will happen more and more, boys, and it's not a bad thing. We've seen some examples of this working really well.
Yeah.
Without the Animus. I don't want that.
I'll say, boys, that Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender, is it?
Yeah.
I liked that movie. I genuinely enjoyed it. I know Assassin's Creed people were like shrugging their eyes, but for the non-initiated like myself, I loved it, because as a movie, it worked to actually put you back into a different era. So for a movie, it worked. Maybe not for the gaming side of things.
Yeah, for the movie it was alright. I watched that twice, 3 times.
I don't mind the fact that there's an Animus. The problem is that they put so much Animus garbage into the game
when it's not needed.
Yeah, you just break they make the immersion. Like I went on a couple of missions, not because I wanted to, for the Animus to pick up some extra. What do they call it? I forget it. Some kind of points so that you could try to get another piece of gear that you want.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I did one and it was okay. And I did another one. And I said, oh, God. And then I did a third one. And I go like, I can't take it anymore.
I didn't even bother. Yeah.
I was just like, this is so stupid. It just doesn't make any sense. And I can't do it. But for the movie, I wouldn't mind if they have to do it. Put somebody in the Animus. He goes back into his whatever, back in time. And then you don't even hear the Animus again until maybe the middle and the end of the movie. That's it. And that's fine. That'd be fine.
Rare is fair.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yep.
This article
Accidents.
goes on to say that the talent behind the series is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I've heard of. I've not
Oh,
watched,
yes.
but I've heard of, yeah.
I
Star and
watched.
co-creator Rob Mack and Noah Hawley, the creator and writer behind FX's Fargo series, and more recently, it's soon to debut at the time of writing Alien Earth series, are leading the charge in FX's take on the world of Far Cry. Now, we're not the entertainment side of things. That's probably more my pod and capes and phasers, but the Alien Earth series is off to a really, really good start and good reviews so far.
Just
So
watched it so far.
if
Yeah, I have to watch it.
if that's the case, then we might have a very good TV show here, which I am looking forward to. I do believe, possibly, it might be an anthology series, this Far Cry TV show, which I don't have a problem of. I think Gray and I discussed this a little while back with Star Trek, to do an anthology series, like one season or something, where you could actually tie up a lot of things like Deep Space Nine and Voyager, what happened after, and a lot of various other things. So that might very work for this. Listen, I'm not going to complain about that. Ever since The Last of Us came out as a TV show, okay, season 2 was a bit pants, but season 1 I loved. I know it's got mixed reviews for other people in the pod, but I generally loved it. You obviously got Fallout, the TV show, which was excellent. You've had Mortal Kombat come out again and actually be a really good movie again. The second movie's out soon, October, looks really, really good. This is starting to happen more and more, boys. Just
Yeah.
look at Nintendo with Mario, which I watched, it was all right, but what I'm really excited for, because it's live action, is the Zelda movie, live action based in the game. So that will be absolutely epic. It goes to show that games, and this is why the games I love the most tend to sometimes be in PlayStation. The story has to be really, really good, and it's almost like a movie. And Gray will know where I'm coming from in this angle. I don't like fighting games, but as I said before, Injustice and Mortal Kombat, if you take out all the cutscenes, and there is a guy online that does it and kind of meld them together as like it ends up being like a TV show or a mini movie. And it is absolutely excellent, the quality they put into these, the storytelling. So this will happen more and more, boys, where they're actually going, wait a minute, you know Hollywood's run out of ideas. We
Sure.
know that. They
Oh,
copy
yeah.
things, they remake things. Games are starting to do the same. So what they're doing with the games, let's look for ideas somewhere, which is not a bad thing. Let's look at what's a popular game. What can we take from that and actually put it into live action. I will give Far Cry all the time in the world, just like I would give Assassin's Creed all the time in the world. So, yeah.
Hey, look, Hollywood's not stupid, because the gaming industry makes more than Hollywood and the music industry combined. So,
Yeah, that's a very good point, Gray, actually. Thank you for bringing it up. I'd forgotten about that. Gaming makes way more than the TV, for the movie industry side of things. And you might go, really? And I'm not even talking about recently, because post-COVID, I'm talking about for a number of years now, it's been way, 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 way top. And that is surprising, considering how much movies make. Blows my mind, man. It really blows my mind.
now since we have to pay $70 and $80 a game, it'll be even more.
Yeah.
Well, it's all down to value, boys. I've said to you before, I don't really begrudge that. I wouldn't even begrudge GTA 6 at $100 if it is a massive game with a shit ton of hours and playability in it.
I've got
I
news
don't
about
mind.
that. They're adding
Is it
adding
coming up?
age
Is it coming up, or
verification.
you? Right. Okay. Do you want to tell us about it just now, mate, or is it on your to-do list?
It's not on the to-do list. It was just something I heard in
for
the
it.
background. I think it was about a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, I must remember that." Never remembered it until you said that.
Good.
But yeah,
We got you
apparently
going.
GTA 6 are actually doing the age verification thing as well, where you have to actually prove with a photo or card details of who you are and your age before you can actually access.
Well,
So there you go.
they've now lost about at least a third
90%.
of all their sales now.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least, because there's so many kids that wanted that. Mom, Dad, would you go and get it? Yeah, okay. I've just put the disc in and it's asking me to confirm my age. Any chance you could doctor my passport for me, please? You know, I know they're doing the right thing, but they have basically, it's now the parent that's going to have to go in and authorise themselves.
Yeah,
And there'll be a lot of mothers and fathers will be like, they don't have a clue what this is about or what they're doing, and go, no, I'm not putting my bloody passport picture in.
They'll see part of the game and they're going to go like, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, yeah, you have to do that because it is a bloody violent game. I don't think, like, Call of Duty's an 18. That blows my mind. COD should never be a feckin' 18. It should be a 15.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm only talking about UK certifications, Gray, because I know roughly the
'cause
American
it's
ones,
not
but
as-
I'm not exactly the same.
Yeah.
But
We got
like
the Peggies
COD,
over here.
you like the pegging over there, we know.
Yes.
The 18 is, I was like, why is it 18? There's no sex in it. There's no extreme violence. Like, why? It's COD.
Yeah.
Really? I don't. Anyway, right. So, but yeah, that's
Peggy
interesting, Matt.
16. Who's
Oh,
Peggy?
yes. Oh God, that is hilarious. Gravy sound effects. Well done, mate. Well done.
Well
Who's
timed.
Peggy? Peggy, she's off EastEnders, is she not? Matt, you know this.
There you
being
go.
a-
Yeah, the
you
Queen
live
of
in
the
the
Vic.
UK.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. That is a soap opera TV show over in the UK, in case you're wondering. Anyhow, right, moving on. The next thing I have, which I found kind of interesting, and literally
You
what I'm
would.
going to do here is I'm going to actually share this quick teaser for 30 seconds and then explain what it is after, because it's like dramatic and all that kind of thing, you know. So bear with me, people. There is a new game coming. I'll just play this quick little trailer.
Oh, would you believe it?
I'll put this in later.
The build-up impossible to ignore. So much has changed, but that feeling, it never left.
Oh, it's the teaser of the teaser.
Oh, okay.
The popular franchise of Football Manager, like our football. I'm not saying the S word. That's sacrilege over here.
Soccer.
Gray knows what I'm talking about. Oh, you dirty! Like
Sucker,
bleep
sucker,
that. Get the
sucker,
bleep-
sucker,
get
sucker,
the
sucker,
bleep
sucker.
machine. The bleep machine. You dirty! You dirty! Did you kiss your child with that mouth? That's disgusting.
I was gonna say it's not the NFL. So remember that. Which just
Yeah.
started with preseason, but go ahead anyway.
That was pretty funny, Matt. Well, that was actually pretty good. I like that. You said it. You're like, yes. I can't say it. Yeah, the popular franchise of Football Manager, formerly known as Championship Manager, Champman.
Yeah, championship. Yeah, remember that?
Now got Sega as a publisher. They have been for a number of years. It's SI Games that run it, and normally it's like FIFA or Madden. It comes out of a game every year. You know, that rinse and repeat mechanism. Great, you get it all the time. It's very popular, and Football Manager was the same. Now, basically, this game for the uninitiated is. This game has literally ruined marriages, caused divorce, and not. I know we joke, but it generally has. There is some guys that have literally played it that much that they've neglected the relationship and they've been dumped or divorced, and that's an impressive title to do such a thing. Now, they missed out on FM25 last year, so what they do is a lot of these games will release next year's edition towards the end of the year, so it's like up to date, fresh, and relevant. FM25 was getting closer, and they had to delay, then just cancel it. They said, like, due to unforeseen circumstances, they won't say what it is. They had to just delay it. Sega backed them and said, listen, we're just going to plow on with the next one, FM26, and make it really, really good. So what they've done here, they've changed the game engine. They've now moved to Unity. I don't recall what it was on before, but Unity is, for example, I know it runs Rust, the game that I love. Not quite as good as Unreal, but it's probably the second biggest game engine out there at the moment. And what you'd have with Football Manager, it's like your typical management game. There's pages and pages of stats. You can manage everything in the team, from the players to the background staff to training to the media. Everything and anything could be done in this game. The one thing they used to have back in the day, and I don't know if Matt ever played this or not, but you used to get, when a game kicked off, you would just get...
life.
You had a life. I didn't, mate. I
did.
played this. You would get texts flashing up to actually show the main key events.
That's it. I remember that
And
from
then-
my friend at the time. He was fixated on it, and every time I went to him, he'd be like, "Oh, let me just do something."
Do a
And
thing.
3 hours later, he's doing this whole Football Manager thing with the black lines and
Jamie,
the things happening, and I'm like, "Oh God, how
Mate,
boring!"
it takes about 3 hours before you even kick off the first
Yeah.
season. That's
Yeah.
pre-season and getting it set up.
I
Yeah.
was just like, "Oh my God, yeah."
So after the 2D text effect, you then move to a 2D pitch where you see these little dots kicking things about. And the
Yeah.
thing is, right, people might laugh at it and go, 2D, you have the laugh, but it was never about actually seeing the game. That was never the important thing. It was about what you've done in the background. It's not FIFA at the end of the day. It's Football Manager. And then they brought in like a kind of 2.5D version of the game, of the actually watching the game, so you could speed
Like
it up.
Sudoku, where you can see the
Yeah, a little bit. That's a fair analogy. So I think now we don't know this for sure, but I reckon what will probably happen is we'll probably have a proper 3D engine, match engine built into this. Now, this is the thing with this game. See, if you wait long enough, you get it really, really cheap after a while, or they give it away for free in Epic or something. I've got the last couple of Football Managers for free. And they absolutely destroy the amount of time. If you look for it in mobile, you won't find it. It's very good in mobile. Netflix have got the exclusive on it. Gets
For a mobile game?
Yeah, they've got the exclusive, mate. They bought the mobile rights, so I'm not
Interesting.
doing that. Sorry, no way. But the good thing is you would usually cross play, Gray. So you could often go between different versions. You would get a touch version, and then you would get like for mobiles and stuff, or maybe console, and then you would get the in-depth version for like PC and Mac, and you could literally play between different platforms, and you could get different modes from more arcadey, so that for people that didn't know what they were doing, you could go through it a lot easier, and it wasn't as many in-depth options. But if you were hardcore and extreme, you went for the full campaign kind of thing, then you even had like an avatar of you as a Football Manager. You could be a suit wanker, tie wanker, or you could be a casual guy. You could have the brogues, the brown
Casual
brogues
guy
on. Yeah, you could be everyone. You could be you could be the Florida wanker with the shorts and that. You could do whatever you wanted, mate.
Yeah. Wait, I want to know if your team is in the game. Is your team in the game?
Yes, of course, they are, mate. Of course.
Checking.
That league's in there. That league's in there. You used to got a thing in certain football games back in the day. I think Konami were like this with their Pro Evolution Soccer, as they called it. They didn't have the license to the names back in the day, so it'd be like Team Blue, Glasgow Blue versus Glasgow Green. They weren't able to use the names because FIFA had the rights to the names, you know?
Yeah.
And they still do. They just can't call it FIFA anymore. They call it FC26, Football Club 26, because they lost FIFA, they lost the license. So, like, we will be getting something soon. We'd imagine this game will probably release, it normally releases in October or November, and this will be a big singing, dancing version of it because they missed out in 25. I generally might get this, which is a bloody concern.
And then I won't see you on the pod anymore for a while.
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, man, it's what I said to you before. I was trying to find any new thing that we know about the new game. And the thing we have here is the inclusion of women's football, which is an amazing thing. Women's football is becoming more and more of a thing these days. Not as big as men's football, but it is becoming a thing now. And like I say, maybe a new graphical system of actually seeing the game. So once we get more information in that, actually, here's another thing. As development of FM26 comes to a conclusion, Sega is bringing its own long-running football management series, Saka to Sako to the West. Sorry if I absolutely butchered that.
Wow. What?
I believe it is the equivalent of a free version of their Football Manager game. It's a free version of it. It says Sega Football Club Champions is a new free-to-play powered by Football Manager game. So I think they want a free-to-play version, great, and then a version that you buy. Like Football Club has got the full football, you pay for it, everything. And then Konami have got a free, I can't remember what it's called. Konami have it's not Pro Evolution Soccer anymore. The guys that know football will know what I'm talking about. There's a free version of it as well without the licensing. So yeah, I thought that was interesting because I know it has got a very popular following out there. Very popular. I mean, it's the world's biggest sport at the end of the day. A lot of people will play it. So listen, if you've recently got into a new relationship, maybe get out of it just before. If you're not happy with her or him, maybe get out ahead of time and she won't hate you as much.
Set your wedding date for a different time.
Yeah.
It's good for a quick split, though. If you want a quick split, you don't want to explain anything, just play. You'll be fine.
They can blame 100%. It all on the game and then just say, I left him because of that game. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
Matt, that could be a slogan. Like, just make it quick. It'll be a quick split or something. That could be like EA's.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No politics. No politics in the show. But that is everything from my end so far, Mr. Great Gamer.
Cool. All right, we're going to move back to Matt and talk about some games, too. And I noticed you had Battlefield 6 up there. I had some, too, but I'll just chime in on yours. That makes more sense.
Yeah, well, mine's not the updated version.
And you played more of it than I did. I played some, but...
Yeah, it's something else. So I'll go through...
This has been like one of the biggest things that have come
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is bigger than your sucker.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
Doesn't take much with the, I mean. Go ahead. So you played the first beta, right?
Yeah. The beta was out last weekend. I think from Thursday for those pre-releasers or those on EA Pro subscription, or the pre those people who pre-order. That's the word. There you go. So yeah, a little bit of the old techie specky. Here we go. So Battlefield, sorry, the UK edition anyways. So they made it into a fragmental installation to reduce sizes for the install. So they actually managed to reduce the 80 gigabyte to 55 by selecting only core components.
Yeah, COD, pay attention. Sorry,
yeah,
Matt.
Yeah, true indeed. The campaign and multiplayer can be installed and uninstalled separately to help with this as well. It also helps us manage the SSD space through future updates as it may increase the size of the thing. So hopefully that means that they'll delete the old trashy mashy and bring in the new updates from there. So with this one, they're using the Javelin anti-cheat system, which requires a secure boot enabled in BIOS, or else the game won't launch without it.
Matt, really quickly, their cheat system, they banned over 330,000 people in the beta alone using that cheat system.
Yeah, so it's been brilliant. They've actually managed to do a 99% cheat detection accuracy through their blocking.
Well done.
Since I've looked,
that's pretty good.
It's 33 million attempps that they have blocked all at once.
Wow,
33 million.
So
Holy
absolutely.
Get a life, man.
Get a life, you smash it. It's not hacking, it's cheating, you
it's bloody BF, man. Why would you want to hack that?
Exactly. Yeah. So they did really good with that part. I know some people have been having difficulties where they say that the game's bricked their devices, their machines, their Windows devices. It's not actually the game. It's the secure boot TMP options. Just make sure that's updated. Make sure it's enabled. And make sure your BIOS is updated too before you even try. Because a lot of people are saying
BIOS before you play the game.
Yeah, you have to make sure your BIOS is okay from there. Because a lot of people are saying that it's bricking their machines when they try to launch.
I didn't brick mine. Of course, I had the Godlike board.
Mine was
probably why.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, we'll leave that alone. Yeah, we ain't going there. So the minimum of the gate PC specs are down at 1080p for those guys who are just a bit naff at 30 FPS using a CPU i5 8400 or the Ryzen 5 2600 on there. Minimum GPU RTX 2060, the RX 5600 XT or the ARC A380. Minimum RAM is 16 gig with storage of 55 gigabyte RAM, but you have to have the Windows 11 secure boots. The recommended for the 1440s, for those a bit meh, so maybe grey, at 60 FPS, is a CPU i7-10700 or the Ryzen 7 3700X with a GPU of 3060 Ti, the RX 6700 XT or the ARC B580 with 16 gig RAM still, 8 storage as 80 gigabytes, DirectX 12 and Secure Boot and TPM, that was it, at 2.0 are mandatory, even for the beta.
Yeah,
so
that's a thing to quickly mention, Matt, because we work in IT support, and that's a security chip there. A lot of PCs, if they're a number of years old, won't have that. They might have 1.0. I know that because the guy that Brendan that I play some COD with on occasion, some zombies, his PC's getting on pretty old. He's a 1080 T60 FPS gamer. He's okay with that. But he will not have that TMP 2.0, so he's looking at actually upgrading now because he loves Battlefield. So make sure you have the relevant specs. Because it is customizable, Matt. It can run in various rigs and it's very customizable, but that TMP 2.0 with a BIOS update is very important.
Absolutely, big time. So we had the open beta last weekend from Thursday for the pre guys to the 10th. We got another one coming this weekend from the 14th to the 17th, with the launch still looking at October the 10th on there. So the standard edition prices for us is for the standard edition $59.99. Looking at for normal consoles at $69.99 for consoles. The Phantom Edition, the big balls, is $89.99, and on PC, of course, is £100. EA
No.
Yeah.
Matt, really quickly, I found prices that are cheaper, but they're out of stock at the moment. CD keys. If you want the PC version, £48, but it's out of stock. So if you click on Notify when back in stock, you'll get it for £48 or equivalent in doll hairs. And the console version I saw for £55 for PlayStation, at least, if that helps.
You can also, if you got EA Play, the basic one, on top of your Xbox, you will get a 10% discount on both editions as well. So that, on top of hopefully the CD keys, will give you a bigger saving, which is definitely worth it. So I've been playing it. I've been loving it. I'm better at the smaller maps than the big, massive campaigns because I just don't see shit.
You're a COD player at heart, mate, that's why.
Yeah, so I think all this playing with COD because the last Battlefields were shit.
But the problem with the big, massive maps, right, is it takes coordination and actually talking to your teammates, and we're all shit, or at least I'm shit for that.
And nobody does
we don't talk to each other. Be
Yeah.
like, great, would you stop just looking at the bloody sky or the floor and be a bullet sponge?
Because it looks great.
Yeah.
Great
Stop
face.
teabagging the birds.
I actually killed 1 or 2 people on COD. I was like impressed.
Yeah, it's impressive. No, I'm impressed.
I gotta be there for a bullet sponge. I mean, for you guys. Just shoot me, please.
Yeah. So it was running well. I played with Scythe and a couple of his guys, and we did the campaign. It was hectic as heck. And the only time I had a chance is if I actually ran on the tank and you used them. I was beginning to start killing people. But there was one where I was playing on my own on the shorter maps, and I was doing amazing. I was like, wow, okay, I'm getting 10, 15 kills, a little bit higher than the death ratio. Which is, to me, that's fucking amazing. But then there's another map which was a lot bigger, and it was just myself. And I think the other side were nothing but snipers. I think you had rocket launchers, support guys, and snipers, and they just wrecked us. And I was like, this is ridiculous. They need to put some sort of limitations on snipers on these type of maps, because everybody will just hide. You know, they got these places where you can hide out of the map, but it doesn't class as out of the map. Some places are really good, and you know, it makes sense to be on there because it's within the map and it's in the middle of the map, and you got this big road bridge which should be accessible because it's there. But on the edges and the outskirts, there are places where people still hide, and they'll snipe you from there, and you just can't get them, which I think that needs to be stopped. But other than that, I enjoyed it. The graphics, the beauty of it was good. There was issues on the first a couple of days where I couldn't play with anybody else. I couldn't have a squad on there.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's because I had a pre-thing with the EA Play. So
could you get into the server okay, Matt? Because I heard like days there was thousands of people queuing days before it went live, which was nuts.
They do need a lot more servers. They're going to need all bigger servers to do that. Yeah, but I was 84,000 in the queue, but it went past.
I played the game for about 30 minutes. But one thing about the queue, I almost didn't play because when I came in, the queue is 15,360. And I'm sitting there going like, yeah, I'll be getting out. Well, no, wait, now this is interesting. So I'm sitting there getting ready just to exit the game, right? As soon as I get ready to exit the game, it drops to 4,000 in a second. And I go
it knew you were going for the cross or the end.
I don't know what was going on. So I said, all right, I'll wait another minute. So I waited another minute or two, and I'm in.
Great. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? You know, on certain websites, when you're going to actually maybe close down a box or a website or come out of a basket and it'll go, are you sure? We'll give you 10% off. You might have seen that before.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're fucking doing the same thing. Please stay and play it. We'll move you up the queue to the front.
Well, something. I was amazed because I just watched it drop twice down to 0, and I'm like, hey,
the highest
number, I'm in the game.
The highest number I was 94,000, and I was like, oh, so this is
how long did it take you, Matt, to get in? Roughly,
pretty much about 10 minutes, probably. I could go off, have a food, come back.
That's not bad.
Explain what I was doing at the time. So, yeah,
I got it in in 3 minutes. But for me, though, again, I'm not big into PvP, so I enjoyed what I did do. I mean, the graphics look great. I'll tell you one thing that I thought at the time, and it's backed up by an article I read. I thought the optimization was out of this world, and I'm sitting there going, like, I haven't seen optimization that good since Doom, because Doom is always doing that. And then once I saw that, I picked up an article, and they said that the game is even running on a 1060. I'm like, wow, 1060.
Was this the queue to get into the game or actually into a match, just to clarify?
So this is a queue before you even get to a match. So it's like a pre-queue before you even get to the menu to go through whether you wanted to do the big map or you want to do the smaller maps, whatever.
Yeah.
So which is kind of ridiculous to do it that way.
I clicked into everything on there, but what didn't take long for a team. I was getting ready to go out again because I thought, oh, now I gotta wait for. But as soon as I clicked, I'm in a team and I'm waiting. Boom, boom, boom. They're all matched up and I'm in. I'm like, yeah, all right. But I'll tell you one thing, because it's a beta, there's so many players that once they get in, you're not a team, man. They're just they're running their ass all over the place.
Yeah.
And stuff. I was just like, wow. And I'm just like, and of course I'm dying all the time. I will say one thing that's cool. Every time I died, when I hit the space bar, I was right back up again into a different.
Great. Did you get one kill at least? Come on, man.
Yeah, one. Just
Yay!
One.
Go great, go great.
And the other thing I will say that maybe just because I'm not an expert at that game, I'm a pretty damn good sniper, so I decided to go with a sniper rifle. Forget it. That game is not, in my opinion, that game is not built for sniper rifles.
Did you select the right map? You need the big maps for that.
No, I did a big map. I did a big map, and it was but the problem is that there's so many people, like a million rats running around, that by the time I even try to find a good place to shoot from, I'm already dead.
You need to no scope. Do you know what no scope is? When you literally don't use the scope and you can just quickly right click, bang. But it's really difficult to do.
Yeah, but it's I couldn't enjoy it enough to be a sniper because I couldn't even get to any place because I was dead. I mean, I'm telling you, when I'm talking about rats, I'm talking about rats. They're like all over the freaking place. I'm going like, oh, that looks like a good spot. Oh, and I'm dead. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, great. Yeah, no time to smoke. Have a smoke and a pancake. You have to go on with it.
But I tell you, I think once the game does come out, I think we all would have fun, playing it. That's the only time I have fun playing PvP is with you guys. Otherwise, I don't want to play it.
The problem I've got with that, boys, is while it looks good and stuff, right, and it does look good, it'll still cost me the best part of 50 quid, whereas I've got COD included in my Game Pass. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
And they know that. Like, Battlefield's going to be bigger than Black Ops 7 when it comes out because Battlefield 2042 was so shit. And people are starving for Battlefield. COD's been a bit same. We've got Black Ops 6 to 7, no imagination. So, like, I think Battlefield will win this and it'll actually run away with it. So the fact that it's included COD on Battle Pass, on Game Pass is actually a good thing.
Well, I'm hoping that this Battlefield 6 gets on the Game Pass for us, it's there sort of because it's EA, and EA you can hook up to, but you can't play it for free though.
No,
right now.
That's older games.
Is it £12
Yeah, I
a
think
month?
eventually they're gonna change that, and you will be able to play it on Game Pass. But God knows how long that will be.
Exactly.
So
what was your thoughts on it, Matt? Then did you played a lot more besides? Did you enjoy it? Like, what are some of the good things and bad things?
So I love the customizations that you had with the weapons. If only they brought that into what you're wearing, would be a lot better as well. That'd be nice. The customizations there, the graphics were absolutely stunning. It was beautiful.
What do you want to
really
wear
nice.
that you can't go? Like, were you wanting the schoolgirl outfit or the nurse outfit or something?
Yeah, I was going to go for the little corner.
Little short skirt number,
Yeah, the cracky hooker corner look, but they wouldn't give it to me.
Sniper.
That's a concern. People thought they were going to go down the COD route with all the skins where you could be. I mean, my main operator in COD is Splinter from Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, and then I actually got the other one, which is Beavis and Butthead. Battlefield won't do that because it'll turn into a bit of a joke. It's the serious shooter.
Yeah. So while customizations, I was thinking of what you have on your helmet, what accessories, what type of camo you have on your thing, where you're T-Pop, empath, multicam, that type of stuff. Not like your stupid skins like you have in Fortnite.
I'll tell you one other thing that I thought was good. Matt. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
When I was playing the game, I noticed how good it sounded. It sounded like really good. And the weapons and just cocking the sniper rifle, other things, reloading and all that stuff sounded so good. And again, without reading an article, I could tell that there was some care in it.
Gray, you need to put your Razer headset on for that, like with the vibrations, man. You really
you'd love that. You'd be wetting yourself.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
There is one thing I did read real recently, Matt. They said that that people were complaining because they felt that they were dying too quickly.
Yes.
I'm going like, really?
Yeah.
And they said that they investigated it, and they believe that it has to be tweaked, but they believe that they're correct about that. That you're taking too much damage too fast and dying off too. So now they're going to make an adjustment.
I play hardcore mode in COD now.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, so there is a lot of weapons that are very OP. You got the shotgun, which, close quarters, makes sense that it'll give you damage. But you're, from miles away, some guy with a shotgun is shooting you and one-shotting you. That is ridiculous. SMG from miles away is killing you straight off with one shot. It's ridiculous. You're having somebody who's not looking at the scope, just jumping around the corner because they know you're there somehow. And it's one-shotting you. And you're like, how? I'm a soldier in this day and age. Where is my plates? Where are my armor plates? You have them. What's going on there? It should knock you back, give you a bit of a concussion, what have you, but not kill you outright, straight off. Boom, there you go, you're dead. 20 million bullets in your head.
Supposedly they're going to correct this for the next beta.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did understand that. Yeah, it's a lot of weapons there are OP, are way too out there. Reloading for RPGs and all that stuff way too quick as well. So you get somebody who's like reloading, and they're just whacking your tank left, right, and center. You're just like, a tank should be able to have a bit more stamina withstanding these damages. It's how a tank is made. But that's not coming across. You're just like hitting it wherever, and it's damaging it. It's stupid. So a lot of work still needs to be done. Sound, as you said, absolutely fantastic. Controls for vehicles, interesting. They kept the same as they have done within, with the, default of invert controls with the helicopters and all that stuff. It takes a lot for me to. I did once in the helicopter, and I just like, oh no, this is
crash, mate. I just don't do it.
Yeah. I think I just ended up just landing it and going, sod it.
I'm lucky I can drive the car. Forget the helicopter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So more vehicles be nice as well. More variety of vehicles, I should say.
Did they still do? You know what I'm hoping they're going to do though. In the I'm talking old Battlefield. You could get a guy who knew how to fly a copter, and then you could hang off the back and start shooting people.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I played that when a friend of mine was good on the helicopter. He says, "Yeah, I know how to fly these things. Just jump on the back," and I did, and I was like, "Wow, this is fun."
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they only have the Apache helicopters, the type there, where you got the gunner at the front, and then the pilot and the rocket master at the back. But that's the only helicopter. The last previous battlefields, you had other helicopters, including the MiG. You had Huey, I think, and other ones that you had.
I hope
with
they get
side
I hope they
doors.
put that in this game somewhere.
They need to, because they're still in active service in some retrospects, some more modern versions. We have those. So yeah, they're still there. You got your Shinix and stuff. So yeah, add them in. Throw them in. Do it.
Now, I know Battlefield 6 is a big deal, but you have 2 other games you messed with that I got to hear about. So
Yeah. So I totally forgot about this one, because this one was just to say, Mafia what's that? Old Country is coming out.
Yeah.
But I bought it yesterday, and I got a really good sale for it. So on
How much you pay for PC?
£30.
Oh,
that's good.
I got it from CD Keys, but I got the deluxe edition, and then I had a voucher for that I found online as well, which gave me extra money though. So
I think I'll grab it for 30. I didn't want to do it because it's too expensive.
Yeah, I think was it 40 quid for the normal one there. Let me have a look again.
For you, Gray, it'll be like $35, $40 if it's
still
£30
not too
for
bad.
us.
I mean,
it's
so
good.
Basic in ours was £45 for the normal, and then $55 for the deluxe. So I got the deluxe from CD Keys for £30, including a discount that you kind of get sometimes. Nice. And I was like, you know what? I can't say no to that. I could say no to it. Everybody else,
won't.
the missus probably say, hey, no.
If you like the franchise, it's a no-brainer, because it's a very popular franchise and this game looks good.
You know what I could say to that? I could say, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Oh, here we go again. That's it.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I put. And I was just like, well, here we go. So yeah, it's actually beautiful. The visuals on there. Now, at the beginning, I was messing around with the settings, seeing what I could get out of it.
Yeah, you haven't been able to play it a whole lot yet.
So it was looking really good with the graphics in the gameplay. But as soon as the cutscene would take over, because it doesn't have a cutout or anything, it just goes straight into the cutscene, and it would freeze, it would jog and bleh, and die until it got itself to where it wanted, and then you can see the cutscenes. Some of the graphics were a bit naff. Like when you're walking, there's no footprints, there's no nothing. In other games, older games, much older games, you've got the tread of the footprints coming through. Why AMD added that?
That's another whole story. We keep talking about how they don't put the care in the
Yeah, I mean the characters themselves, they could look a bit better, but they match the kind of Mafia style that they're doing there.
That's what you get for $40.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's 1900s Sicily. With a cinematic flair, apparently. So it's kind of like Red Dead Redemption meets The Godfather in this respect, but I think
the horses?
Graphically,
with the horses.
Red Dead, you got the horses there as well. The vehicles are quite mad as well. I love the vehicles; they're nice. And the hunks of the horn. But yeah, it's quite weird how they transition into the cutscenes, which I know you
didn't get a chance to play a whole lot, but is it brutal? Because the real Sicilian War back then was extremely brutal.
It's very orientated on if you're having like boss fights or some main character that you have to fight. It's always with a knife, and it's the delays. It's like you have a parry system, a block system coming through on this knife thing, but it's delayed. There's a delay in it. So once he's going to do something, and you go, "Oh, I'm going to parry that," it doesn't. And then afterwards, you're parrying. I'm like, no.
Certification is M for mature 17 plus.
Yeah.
Peggy,
okay,
18. Who's Peggy?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it is one of the higher
Somebody's
ones
getting
that
pegged.
explains it.
Peggy 16. Who's Peggy?
You asked for it.
I know, Peggy.
Peggy 18. You don't have a sound effect for that.
Oh, I
do you?
have more, but not with me today. But
So it's quite an interesting gameplay. The story, I'm using a controller because it's more story orientated. So I'm just like, yeah. But you have got that snap aim assist, but you can turn it off. I turn mine off. So I don't know whether that ruins it for me or not. Because you have to find where you're shooting.
I turn it
to
off
shoot.
too because it's annoying. I mean,
yeah, I don't think so. Snap to places.
It won't work well with the trackball, mate. That's why.
Yeah.
The trackball won't
no,
work well.
that's not the reason.
Yeah. You have to play with something else other than your balls. So,
I get it. Bumping zing.
yeah, so it's quite interesting. The way the art is done, rich sepia, dramatic lighting, very periodic, which is quite nice to see. So it's quite gritty, which I like.
Now, do any of the voice acting decent? Or
they're not
no?
too bad. I mean, some of them are a bit like that doesn't really match. But the main characters and the boss, it kind of when I first heard the big boss that kind of saves you in the within the story, the rags to riches, the dog has its day type of scenario where you meet their mafia boss sort of thing who takes you under. And when I used like talking, go, meh, I was like, oh, this guy really matches, So they've done actually a lot better on that job there. So yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, because the voice in those kind of games really sells it, and the reason is because if you're not careful when you voice act this kind of stuff, you start sounding too much like the typical, more comedic sounding Godfather, like and just
like you, Gray?
Yeah.
No, mine's great. What are you talking about? You know, it would have been really cool, although there's not that many actors left alive now, but it would have been cool to get an actor or two that were in The Godfather to do a couple of voices.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what?
I mean, Pacino's still around.
Yeah.
Al Pacino,
Do you know how
could've done it.
expensive the production would be in that game if you'd done that? It'd be stupid money,
that
man.
would be crazy money.
Well, not through the whole game, though. You could have just had him maybe in like a cutscene or two, and that's it. And stuff. Again,
You just want a Danny Trejo, don't you? Lick
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, some Italian person goes, you'll need to lick my balls.
It's very, it's like, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And any more on that one? Because I want to hear the next one too.
No.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
For the next one, we have to officially rename Matt to Irish Simulator. It has to be, man. That's all you play. You are Mr. Simulator.
I am, yeah. So this is one we had a key for, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So this one is the gaming cafe simulator, which wasn't too bad, to be honest. It was, I would say, I'd say it's out of 10. I would say 6.5.
Okay,
yeah.
out of 10. Okay.
Yeah. This is a first-person business simulator where you build and manage your own gaming cafe from scratch. So you start with the basics, which is a what do you call those arcade machines? Come on, where am I? And then you have like a games shelf that you fill, and then a magazine shelf that you fill, and you got to keep up with those orders, sort of thing. So yeah. Other than from setting up your own game zones as soon as you get enough money and points to unlock, so you got a skill tree sort of thing where you click what you want to unlock, and that'll give you extra room to build things into, basically. So you got your PC zones, you got your console zone, VR rig zone, and arcade machines in the main.
They have a VR zone too?
Yeah. So you can build a VR zone.
That's funny. So
you also have a cafeteria as well, so you have to serve snacks and drinks, but you also got vending machines that you got to stock up.
That's where you make your money, man. Right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got your merch. So you got your games, your manga magazines, and
great.
PC. You have like a PC shop that you can have in there as well to
Do you
sell.
say your manga
accessories.
magazines or your Mankey magazines?
Both. Some of them are quite manky,
Okay.
especially after I've watched them.
Wait, I want to hear more about the PC shop. I only saw a few seconds, but they had like PCs on the bench to work on or something.
Yeah. So with the you got your PC gaming zone, and then after a certain amount of time, somebody's gonna some shit up on there and break your machine, and so you have to bring it down to the basement where your room is. Weirdly enough,
The basement.
Yeah, and then you got to put it on the desk, and then this is where it's got me going. This could be a lot better. So somebody breaks your machine, you go down and you put it on the table, and then your PC goes, "Oh, this needs fixing" in it, and you're like, "Well, how do you know? I haven't plugged you into anything. How do you know what I've done?" So then you got to make sure you have enough parts for this PC to keep going. So your fan, your RAM, your GPU, CPU, whatever needs replacing. As long as you got enough of them, you can keep going.
How long does it take to fix the PC?
2
You just
seconds.
Click it and it's
Yeah,
done.
click and done. It's like you got your screws, but you click on it. That's it.
But Matt, here's the interesting thing. What's the difference between this, or the similarities between this and PC Simulator game? Remember that back in the day?
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah, Extreme PC
that was a lot more
UK,
realistic
Extreme PC UK, when we were back that the day, we were actually in the first game, I think, or was it the second game?
Yeah,
the poster on the wall and stuff.
yeah, water, liquid.
But that was strictly a game that was fixing PCs.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
not a game cafe.
Yeah.
More to this, then it's more broad, then,
Yeah,
This is everything. This is opening up your own shop and just making.
Yeah,
you got to
so-
take care of everything.
PC Simulator, you're building, so you have to unscrew things, and you can see it unscrewing things and unplacing things, and you got to click on things to get things unlatched. Where this one, you just click and go. That's it. Like, oh, there's a screw, click, gone. There's a screw there, click, gone. There's not like 4 screws, it's just 2 screws. Why is there only 2 screws? So anyways, yeah, and you can't move the PC around to have a look at whatever, and it highlights what's wrong with it. So, oh, it's a bad RAM. You just see a RAM that's highlighted red, so you click on it.
Tells you what's wrong with it. Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't diagnose or do anything.
Not how real life works. You're not simulating much.
Yeah, so it's just like kick, boom, 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 done. And then you bring it back up, and then all that. It's nonsense.
Do any of the PCs like smoke and then just kind of like?
No, they just shut down. Boom, done.
Oh man,
it's crap. So that
you want to see some sparks flying?
I know exactly. And then you got this smoker zone. Why have a smoker zone? I want a smoke-free zone. This is my place.
Smoker zone, yeah.
Give me a bar. I want a fucking bar there. I don't want a smoker zone. I want fucking alcohol. Bring that in. No. So yeah, that's why it gets 6.5 ish. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have like? Oh, because they're afraid kids are gonna like see the liquor or whatever.
But you can smoke though. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand because they want more sales, but still.
Bring a pipe. Yeah.
Maybe they'll have an adult version.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some hookers in there. They can make sure things are working for you while you're working for them. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, you can hire staff eventually to take on roles because being a cashier and taking care of other things, it's way too fast. And then you got to clean up stuff, and the way that you're cleaning up stuff, it's a Hoover that sucks up a can.
What kind of stuff, Matt?
You got cans, you got wrappers, you got footprints that you clean up,
dirt and all that stuff. Yeah,
you can
pups.
Yes, you can actually, you can do a little bit more cleaning up.
Don't put a UV light over the desk.
No,
don't do that.
No, when I've been playing there. No,
the UV light thing is so dumb because no matter what you do, you're gonna find bacteria. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, listen, guys, like Matt knows where I'm probably going with this. The amount of filthy things that you're handed back, and I'm not talking about like nude pictures of users and stuff. I'm talking about like your keyboard and mouse. If they send in like a laptop to get fixed, their keyboard's filthy, or a keyboard in general is often get more bacteria on it than a toilet seat.
Yeah, well, we have a policy now at our workplace is that we do not accept anything back that's dirty. We will give it back to the user. We'll give them wipes and go, clean up your own crap.
I like that, man. Maybe I should suggest that.
Because we've had some nasty, icky things that you'd be like...
You see some things that are so bad that you're like, listen, I know NASA, you guys have been looking for signs of intelligent or life forms outside this planet for a while. Do you want to have a look at this keyboard and see what you can find on it, man? Jesus Christ.
Absolutely, yeah. It makes you wonder what the hell
only time a black light's cool is when you watch Gordon Ramsay go into a restaurant undercover and he brings a black light and he goes, let's see if we can see any bacteria. And the freaking thing is all purple.
Yeah.
Everything's purple. Yeah. Oh, these guys have got it really. Yeah. It's a tangent, but it's fun. He has this new thing now where he takes a Q-tip and he rubs it into one of those areas, right?
Yeah.
And he does a quick test on it to see how many bacteria. Now, you're supposed to have a reading of 30 as maximum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he sticks it in the test thing, and it comes out 5,468. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
For the non-Americans, that is a cotton bud, an ear thing for your ear, by the way.
Yeah, Q-tip, sorry. Cotton bud
swabs.
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Swabs, there you go, swabs.
Yeah.
Swabs.
Yeah. I was laughing my butt off though, and you sit there and sees the reading, and it's like, holy Toledo's, and you're reading this stuff.
Like sky high, and you're like, Jesus, how you not killed somebody?
Tasty.
So, yeah, absolutely. You can build your own beef burger out of that, or burger, not beef burger.
Oh man,
yeah.
Do you know that? I didn't know this, but Gordon Ramsay is actually in a game. It's on.
doesn't surprise
It's
me.
on. No, it's on Roblox. If you have Roblox, you can play a Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay's voice on Roblox. I was
know
like,
exactly what it
I
takes to
couldn't
me.
believe it. I'm sitting going like,
The guy is very, very popular, mate. He's got
kidding.
his own restaurant at my team's football stadium as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
the
been
guys
to a few of
everywhere.
his restaurants, and I find his food very meh. I've
Oh,
had
this is very, especially street
it's-
ones. These street ones, these
yeah.
lower key ones, they're very average. Yeah.
very
yeah.
average.
The only time you're gonna get that kind of food is on his high end places.
Yeah, when I went to
Exactly.
Devonshire when it was open in Chiswick, and I had the venison croque au vin, and it was crap. I was shocked. I was like, Jesus Christ, this tastes like nothing.
It wasn't
I'll tell you, I don't know.
was
I
just
don't know.
like, yeah.
I don't know about you guys over there, but over here in the U.S., literally the entire 12 months of a year it's rare not to have some kind of Ramsey show going.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got so many now. So I mean, it's like 4 or 5 different shows running. I'm like, man, does the dude have any time for family? What does he do? I don't know.
Well, no, he does. He has lots of kids. Actually, I think that's all
You know, he
does.
does.
in
Yeah,
his spare
I'm
time.
actually impressed with him. I don't know how
Makes
he
more
does
kids.
it, but
Yeah.
but he's able to somehow enjoy the family life.
That's his holiday, is going off and doing these shows.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should find out if he PC games. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look at his voices in Roblox. Maybe.
yeah. Well, he used to be footballer.
know.
Maybe he has Football Manager.
Ah, there. See,
There
now
you go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. So there you go. So
All right,
other than this game, it has like you got to manage your inventory, your repairs, and keep customers happy because it will give you a score at the end of how happy they are, and that builds up.
Is it a
to
little
you.
sad face or mean face?
Yeah, you got a sad face, you got a happy face. That's it. You also got burglars that will come in the black and white tops.
To
rob your stuff.
Burglars, turd burglars.
Yeah, they'll come in with their little jiffy bag and their black and whites.
Oh, this is great. I didn't know they were burglars.
And then you have this little
Oh my God.
Timmy mallet hammer, like it squeaks when you hit something.
That's
So-
a UK thing.
Yeah, so you have to bang him on the head with it, and he goes ooh and drops the stuff, and then he runs away. Not like this, but he should do. That'd be quite
Wow.
fun. So,
Wow. We have so much
I
fun with
almost
these
have to get it
games.
just for that part. I want to see that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that finances you have to take care of. It's built on the Unreal Engine 5, offering a good
Wait a
3D
minute.
visuals.
Wait a minute. Gaming Cafe is built on Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah,
That's
offering,
the way it
customizable,
looks.
Gray.
offering
Why not?
4K, Ultra HD,
Very
even though
customizable.
even though the NPCs all look pretty much the
And
same.
boys, they'll be able to use that for
ridiculous.
free because it's only when you start making enough money as a game that you actually have to start paying any royalties. So
Yeah.
a game like that, they probably won't have to pay any royalties to the game engine.
Absolutely. So the game's engine itself, that's updated to 5.6.1 as of yesterday. And everything in like if you're well used to the layout, where things are, it's all changed. I can't find anything on there. Now, if there's anything that I want to do, I have to look through the search bars. I won't find it. I can't find it anywhere. The tutorials haven't been updated either to all this.
Yeah.
It's
awful.
ridiculous. So I've had to use a bit of Python to do things that I need to do on there to add onto there. But it's ridiculous. It's so hard.
Are you making a game? Are you making a game?
I'm looking at making one, but we'll see because it's going to take ages, and I don't know where anything is on Unreal Engine.
So by the
anymore.
time we reach episode 583, it might be done.
Or a million, I might have actually got
Or a million, it
something
might be.
on there. Yeah. So there you go.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's first person. Yeah, keyboard, mouse, and controller support is there. So there you go. That's enough.
Very
of that
good.
game. Yeah. Not bad.
All right, I'm gonna move on to a story of mine. I'm gonna skip my Battlefield because you and I covered that already. But I saw an article that more Ubisoft stuff. But I like the wording of the article. He goes, "It's the end of an era for Ubisoft and microtransactions."
Again, another end of an era with Ubisoft.
Yep, and I'm just kind of looking at this thing, but they're kind of focusing in more on the microtransactions, which I understand. I get it.
They need something. Yeah.
They've been very aggressive with their microtransactions. I know, I see it in AC Shadows. Did I buy anything? Yeah, 1 or 2 things, but I don't go bananas buying everything. You definitely go down the rabbit hole with some money.
Yeah.
But basically, people are not into this, and so except for free-to-play games, those kind of microtransactions don't fly, and everybody's been arguing a lot about it. So Now Ubisoft is bad enough they were having problems. Now they have to sit there and figure out, well, if we get rid of this, how are we going to make the extra money that we need to pay off the debt or whatever?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to be it, because people just don't want to do it. So it's, they have to figure out something different or to stop. The thing that I thought was really kind of dopey, though, is that the head guy, Yves Guillemot, however you pronounce his name,
Guillemot, they're French.
Guillemot. He comes out and says, our monetization
Yeah.
offers within premium games makes the player experience more fun. And I'm going like, dude, you didn't really say that, did you? And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Microtransactions are a part of game. Like it's. I don't have a problem with it. Like I generally don't.
As long as it's not pay to win nonsense, I absolutely hate
of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can almost argue that a little bit, because sometimes when I was going through a AC Shadows store and looking at it, there's a couple things you could buy early that would give you a little bit more of an advantage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was a huge advantage, but it's kind of still there a little bit. Hey, look, everybody's into the cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah.
And but for me, it's kind of like, unless it's something really hot that I want, which is not usual, I'm not going to buy it. You'll end up with really good stuff, through the game. The only thing that I do find really annoying, there's this one particular armor I want for my character, and you can only get it if you go through the Animus missions. And I'm like, oh, don't even tell me this. I don't want to go through those damn missions. They're horrible. And like I said, I tried it and just like, I'm done. So, but they don't offer it at anywhere else in the game. You can't buy it. You can't find it anywhere else. It's impossible. You have to run the Animus missions. And I'm like, no, they should maybe start out that way, but eventually they should open it up and let you either purchase it or find it in some other, legendary chest somewhere. So I hate that. That's like really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that one quote that he made just was too much. And when I read that, I was just going like, come on. They kind of pointed out one bright side, if you really want to call it bright side. Apparently, the Yves Guillemot has put together a 10-person. This is how they're quoting now. A 10-person
wrong country.
Yeah,
wrong country is right.
Sorry, Ray.
It's me, Mario. Anyway, so he's personally put together a 10-person transformative, that's a big word, committee tasked with getting Assassin's Creed franchise back on track, and decreasing costs exponentially.
How do they do that? Like, get back in track? So are we just going to go back to copy and paste then? Like, I'm confused.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I'm 10 people.
Yeah.
They need 10 people to figure this out.
I wonder why they're hemorrhaging money with stupid decisions like this.
I could get together a couple fans, like me and a couple other people, and we could tell them what's going on. I mean, they have been telling them what's going on.
Yeah.
Listen to the fans, people. We're the guys that pay for your games and your services. We kind of know what we want in a game.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, so why don't you just kind of get with it already, or something?
Get with it.
So we'll see. Hey, look, we're seeing before our eyes that most, not all, but almost most AAA games are all starting to go down the tubes, and I think it's a cyclical kind of thing. When you get the expression is too big for your britches. When you get that way, you end up suffering eventually, and either correcting these things or going out of business. I mean, there are too many good games that have come up by smaller development companies that look as good or better. So don't tell me you can't do it, and they sit there and go like, yeah, but these things cost this and cost that. And like, really? So how do the other guys do it then? Is it magic?
Yeah.
I mean, so I can't go along with that anymore. So you're going to see more and more AAA companies starting to go down the wayside, with the exception of maybe something like a Rockstar. And the only reason for that is because of the one game. I mean, they don't need to do anything else. I mean, it comes out, they charge $100, and they make a gazillion dollars.
Here's a question for you: if they stuck to just maybe say a couple of key franchises, but they made them really good, like they spent 5 years working on a game rather than coming out with one every 2 or 3 years and just like reusing a bunch of assets, they made Assassin's Creed and Far Cry really good every 4 to 6 years or whatever it is. Would you be okay with that?
No, because I wouldn't want to wait 4 to 6 years. I mean, by that time, I'm on to something else, and your franchise is over, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I would say I would tell you yes to that, only if I haven't seen with my own eyes smaller groups again putting games out in a relatively short. Well, I'm short for what we see, but within a year and a half, 2 years, the game is out, and the game is good. So again, I mean, they're doing it with like a third or a quarter or 10% of what all the other AAA's have at their hands, and yet they can do it. So if they can do it, you can do it. So don't take 4 to 6 years for a game. No, sorry. I mean, look. I mean, you can argue that COD, is good and bad depending on how you look at it sometimes, but they pump it out every year. Now, of course, they put a lot of money behind it to pump one out every year, but it's possible.
3 to 4 studios working on a game usually.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that helps, along with a lot of money. Like you say.
Yeah.
I think people are learning though that now that these groups, especially with the influx of all the stuff from Korea, China, Japan, and some of these games look really good. So I can't wait to see some of this stuff. I have a story about it later if we have time. But anyway, that's kind of the end of my thing. So we're gonna move on to some hardware and tech news, and Trev is gonna lead us off.
Yes.
Take it away.
New. Normally, I wouldn't come out with any kind of news about a new monitor, but if there's something really, really cool about it, because otherwise it's a bit boring and dull. But this is a kind of unique a little bit. So LG they've unveiled a primary RGB tandem-based 83-inch OLED with up to 4,000 nits of brightness and the world's fastest QHD OLED monitor with 540 refresh rate. Now, the tandem thing I'll explain in a moment if those are wondering what the hell that is, because like we've seen 540 hertz before, we've seen QHD monitor OLEDs all the time. 4,000 nits of brightness is impressive, but these levels have been done before. The cool thing with this display technology, when it says, like, if you generally think of what the word tandem means, right, along with something else. So you've got a couple of different modes here. You've got the 540 hertz at QHD, so 1440p resolution. But then you can, if you want to, and this will be for your hardcore esports gamers, your shooters, that kind of thing, that not really that fussed about resolution, they're more about FPS. You can switch to 720p and then run the monitor at 720 hertz. I mean, that's just feckin' mental. I'm sorry. That's a sacrifice I'm not willing to make, even if I'm an esports gamer. They usually play 1080p and then high FPS.
Now they're talking 720p on a how big?
27-inch monitor.
Okay,
But what you can probably do, Gray, is these new cool monitors, you can usually shrink the image on the screen so you can bring in the actual game and make the window a lot smaller if you want. It's usually what you can do, and it helps. It really does help. If you do go for the 720 hertz option, you'll get only 1,500 nits of brightness.
Ooh, that's bringing it down quite a bit.
It is. I mean, 4,000 is too much anyway. But if you want to run it at more native QHD, you will get 280 hertz QHD. Now, I'm sorry, like when I go to buy a monitor next, which won't be anytime soon, I'm happy with my 4K 144 hertz IPS panel. But my next one would be a 4K 27-inch, always 27-inch. It fits the desk and other monitors just nicely.
Same,
4K, and it would be 200. I'm 144 hertz just now, so I'd be looking for over 200. I'd probably be looking for that 240, 280. OLED, probably OLED by that stage, because OLEDs are a lot better for screen burn-in now. There's lots of things to mitigate that. So this is a unique monitor. That's the only reason I wanted to kind of like talk about it. They did announce a couple other displays as well, like a 45-inch 5K 2K panel, which is the highest resolution in an OLED panel. this is something. I mean, you get a thing usually at the start of the year, CES, where they release all the new cool tech and gadgets and displays are in it. And I've got a little bit of an interest in displays. It's not like gaming, but I pay interest to the main players in the display industry. Samsung, Samsung, LG, and I'm sure there's one other, or maybe it's just those two. They're the main players who
Those are
make
the bigger
actual
ones,
displays.
yeah.
And they'll make displays for other companies as well. So, yeah, I found that interesting because this tandem thing is something that I've seen before, but now you can go nuts with an OLED with really high hertz FPS if you want to drop it to 720p. There will be a niche thing for this, guy. Some people will want this, not many, but there will be some people. The other thing I like to try and find cool articles, very much like Matt does, with a cool, interesting stories he comes up with. AOL, remember them? AOL,
Who?
one of the first American-based
Online.
online internet peoples of the world. AOL, the type. I'll just read out the headline. That sums up more.
You've got mail.
AOL ends dial-up service after more than 30 years.
I can't even believe
that right.
I can't even believe you're saying that, because I'm sitting there going like, I thought they ended that a long time ago.
Yeah, that's exactly,
that was still going.
There's some old biddies keeping it alive.
That's exactly what I thought, guys. Yeah. The firm's dial-up offering connects to the internet via phone line, and currently only exists in the US and Canada as of now. For the kids out there, for the young team, ask your parents what that is. But essentially, before the fast broadband that we've got at the moment, it was you shared the phone line. You shared the phone line, the one for calls. You would, if you picked up the phone to make a call when someone was using the internet, you would just hear that staticky white computer noise in the background that was horrible. You got, was it 28K or
as well? Yeah.
Yeah, you got 28K or 56K dial-up modems. I remember actually when I was 16, when I got my first flat and I was renting it. I was still a student at the time, and I got the internet in. I had a PC and I got a dial-up in, and that's when dial-up was the main thing at the time. And I remember paying this package, Matt, where you paid £10 a month for unlimited internet, but you had to hang up before the hour mark.
Yeah.
I think it was a thing where I think it was just to like free up resource temporarily on the network, but then you just redial again, like easy peasy. And I was not fussed about people calling me because I had my mobile phone for that. But I remember that, like, back in the day.
Credit card side sim.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, like, you might think you can't game in that, but you can. There is a game for is it the GameCube? No, there's a Sega console, Fantasy Star Online. I want to call it this game. Was it that? I don't know if that was the GameCube or another console where it was one of the first online games ever, and it actually ran okay with a 56K modem. But yeah, it's literally going away now. And I remember, you guys remember this as well, especially Gray being in the States. You would get these AOL discs.
Hold on, I thought you were going to say especially Gray because he's old.
No, for once I won't pass
Wait, what year were you born?
83.
83, and Matt, about the same? Okay.
Right on the 80.
I remember, obviously I'm a little older than you guys, but I remember all the issues with dial-up, slow modems and the so-called faster ones. But one thing that was interesting is I had a family then, so I had little kids at the time. So everybody wants to use the phone. So I'd be getting on and doing whatever download, and all of a sudden one of the kids picks up the phone. I'm disconnected. I'm going,
what's happening? Yeah.
Because you get to start
so if you
all
picked up the
over
phone,
again.
would it kick you off?
Yeah. It would kick off.
I thought you could mitigate that. There was a way to.
If you hung it up fast enough, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
But you'd have to hang it up within 2-3 seconds. If you don't, you're off.
So basically, what you would do is you would shout up or downstairs, "I'm on the internet. Don't use the phone." That was always the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But someone's gonna forget. Eventually, when I could afford a second line, I had a second line brought in, and then that was dedicated, for the modem. But of course, the second line being in again, having kids like, oh, you got another line?
Yeah.
They'll try to pick it up on that one too. And like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Oh man, they were the good days. They were the good days. Honestly, it's just nostalgia, because the noise is iconic. Just go and Google the noise, and it's that'll say everything. So, yeah, the statement that AOL released, I found interesting. So they say they routinely evaluate its products and services, and I honestly didn't even know they were still a thing, a company, but they are. Have decided to discontinue dial-up internet. They told subscribers in the US and Canada on Friday. The service will no longer be available on AOL plans as of September the 30th, the firm added. Thanks for the memories, RIP, wrote AOL co-founder Steve Case, who started the company. Now, everyone will remember the free trial discs that went about. I had so many of them. They were like coasters, like coffee cup coasters, like
you could build houses out of them. I mean, there's so many.
And that was when you still had optical drives, like CD drives, DVD drives, in your PC, which you don't anymore now. And you had so many of it, and that actually got you extra time on the internet because it was free trial. You wasn't a thing with your ISP as such. They would just charge you regardless, a standard rate, but. This would actually, because you had the time you spent on the phone using the network, and then you had to actually pay for internet on top of that. So now, thankfully, I guess technically internet's free, and it's got to the stage now, at least in the UK, where you can get plans where most of the plans are like this. You just pay for the line rental, you just pay for the package. You don't pay for the line rental or actually to use the internet. It's one flat fee, which is the way it should have been. It really should. Yeah. I can't plug phone into my network. I can't plug a phone into it, and it would be digital anyway. It wouldn't be analog. So, like broadband, it's the way it is, man. It's getting better and faster. Yeah. But I found that pretty cool. Bit of nostalgia for you boys there. So you've got to September the 30th to enjoy your dial-up, and then it's gone.
Enjoy your dial-up and see what's available on AOL.
For the nostalgia, you might
I think the only reason AOL still even exists is because there's still a section of the public that wants somebody to hold their hand all the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And basically that's what AOL is. So when you're basically mostly computer illiterate, you go to AOL, which serves its purpose, for that. So I get it, but like I was noticing when Trev was talking, I was taking a look at the article. At the very end, it was really interesting. It says in the UK, AOL was toppled from the top spot as an ISP in 1999.
Yeah,
good times.
And then it said it sold it off in 2006. Like, oh boy.
Well, you've got AOL, which we'll know, but. You also had Netscape as well, who were one of the first browsers, before Chrome or even Internet Explorer. Yeah, you had Netscape, man. Oh,
Netscape was a real good browser back then.
Yeah, it was.
They were king of the hill for a short time, but
Ask Jeeves.
But it worked.
The Ask Jeeves, oh God, now we're going back, man. Remember that? Yeah, Ask Jeeves.
Encarta CD.
Don't get me. Oh, Encarta. Encarta. Now we're talking.
Here we go. Man.
Everybody wanted Encarta. I mean, everybody.
Since we're on,
Since
we're on the bandwagon, LimeWire.
The
original BitTorrent side of things. What was
Napster?
Napster.
Napster was crazy. We were all going like, "Whoa, cool."
Or remember Winamp? Remember the saying? It really whips the lemma's ass. Remember that? Winamp? That was fucking brilliant. The most customizable audio player ever. Anyway, nostalgia is pretty good. The last thing I've got is some more Battlefield 6 news, but it's actually more related to a GPU. Ooh. And literally the title goes, Zotac RTX 5090 catches fire, literally, while playing Battlefield 6. PCB melts horribly, leaving burn marks on the motherboard.
Yeah.
And if you look at the pictures here, boys, of the link I put in,
I'll take a look at this. This is crazy.
Literally, there was flames coming out of it. There's scorch marks and burn marks everywhere. Now, listen, it wasn't Battlefield's fault, but he was playing that at the time, and it turned out it was the MOSFETs on the card that's doing it. Now, They're a little bit concerned because, well, I'm a little bit concerned because I have a feckin' Zotac card and I love Zotac
Oh
cards.
no.
I've got the 5080, not the 5090. And the thing is, I do have the Amp Extreme Infinity, the top version as well. So please, this is the thing with the 5090s. They're so fucking powerful. They are so powerful that you tend to get these problems on the 90 version of the cards, not usually the 80s
not
and
that-
below.
yeah, exactly.
Touch wood. But the good thing is, hopefully he's covered.
How much longer is your warranty on there?
Well, Zotac do 5 years. It's a standard.
Oh,
It's
thank
really-
God, you're safe.
They're really good. But the thing is, because it then went to his power supply and his motherboard, this guy, and started burning this stuff, like, I don't know if that'll actually be covered. You would like to think so, because this is now a news article and it's out there.
Yeah.
You know, this guy was literally seeing flames come out his PC. Can you imagine that? Like, oh, I am smoking in this. I've got a 10 kill streak. What is that? Oh, yeah, my literally
Yeah,
PC's
and we all
fire.
make fun of the fact, oh, your computer's going to be in flames, and this one really was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no!
Oh, it was.
Grab the fire extinguishers.
Yeah, I think he'll get covered, guys. I think Zotac will pick. Literally, Zotac make really good cards. So let's just hope this is an isolated incident.
Yeah.
I've literally on my third Zotac card. I like them that much. So yeah, I found
I'm
that
the same.
interesting. Just some funny, different articles for a little change. You know, just to mix it up a little bit. So yeah, that's everything from my end. Over to you, Mr. Gray.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, because these two articles kind of go together and they're going to take a little time, so I'm going to push them off for next week.
Right.
But the return of the quiz, which we haven't been able to do for a couple shows, so we got the quiz back again. So
Sounds good.
Here we go with the quiz again.
Here comes the quiz.
All right.
Here comes
Number
the
one, let's
quiz.
see how y'all do. The Connecticut Leather Company later became a toy company that was popular in the 1980s for its Cabbage Patch Kids and video game consoles. Who was that?
Toys R Us.
So the Connecticut Leather Company, I never knew this
Leather
part. Connecticut Leather Company became what toy company that was popular in the 1980s for its Cabbage Patch Kids and video game consoles?
I'm
Any
going to
guesses?
just randomly, stupidly guess and say Nintendo or something like that.
What do you say, Matt?
I don't know. Toys R Us. Smiths.
Toys R Us is not a.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a leather company.
So here we go. Ready? You've heard this name before, but it's been a long time. Coleco.
No, I've not heard of them.
Oh, you never heard of Coleco?
No.
Coleco was big for a while. They did put out consoles and stuff and games but what's funny
Never
is
heard
that
of Coleco.
Connecticut Leather Company kind of I was going like, really? That was their original name, and now I can understand why they called themselves Coleco, because they were trying to keep some of the letters
Makes
in.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, Coleco was very big for a while. Cabbage Patch. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I
The
remember
video
Cabbage
game?
Patch, yeah, but What did
That
they do
probably was the main reason they got launched into a video game and making a console.
okay.
But anyway,
Never heard.
what was the first console video game that allowed the game to be saved? Now, this is not PC.
NES.
This is not PC.
Nintendo.
What was the first console video game that allowed the game to be saved? This is the game, not the unit, not the controller, not the company.
Oh,
What
the
was the
game.
first game?
The game. I wish you
first
said bloody
console
games
video game.
console and actually being a bit reasonable with a bloody Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, man. I have no clue what
game.
game. I could have maybe got a guess
Mario.
out of it. The console.
Mario?
I don't-
Mario or GTA.
That is so.
GTA.
I have no clue, mate. Generally, no. Let's say Zelda.
I found the answer very interesting, and I think you will too, especially Trev. The answer is The Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
Zelda. Yes, I'll get
okay.
half a point at least.
I thought I didn't even think about this because I'm sitting there trying to go back and think of the games I used to play way back then, and I'm going like, I
Same.
couldn't
I
save
can
this.
think. Yeah. I was
What
just like,
console was it for? Was that Game Boy then?
It didn't specify.
So, because the thing is, this is a good point. See, when you play with old retro consoles, like a NES or a Master
PlayStation,
System or something,
yeah.
you can't actually save. You have to
You
play
have to
through
have
to
a
the end of a
card.
game.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you need something like the 16-bit consoles onwards to at least do that. That's why I
Yeah.
was going to maybe guess
Yeah.
a SNES or something going forwards.
Yeah, because of the
But
memory cards
interesting,
that you
mate.
had.
I
Yeah.
like
I guess that kind of makes sense because I remember playing the original Metroid, and you had to complete quite a lot of the game before it would even remember that you when you go back in that you would be on the next level.
Here's the interesting point. This is why it's good to play Nintendo online, the subscription service with Switch, where you play the old classics, because it emulates them, but it includes things like TV filters, CRT scan filters, and save files, whereas you'd have to play for 2-3 hours to complete. And I've got a Master System down there with Alex the Kid in it. That'd probably take me 2 or 3 hours maybe to run through, and I hate that. Soul destroy.
Yeah.
Did I get a point for that,
so
or half a point then?
All right, I'll give you a half a point. Why not?
Yeah.
Half point, 3/4.
Matt's got nothing yet so far. Matt,
I know. Yeah.
All right, here comes one where you might be able to redeem yourself, Matt.
Okay.
In which year? This is great. We're talking about old stuff, right?
Yeah.
In which year did Microsoft Solitaire make its debut?
1990.
Okay. And
I'm going to say 1992.
1990, 1992, and ding, 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 Matt, you're right. 1990.
I used to play Solitaire and Minesweeper.
Oh, wait, you Googled that. Get it right up. You Googled that. No chance.
Did you know why they did it?
It looked like Trevor's going to win with 1/2 of a point, and you get a full point and win.
He's at it, man. He is. There's no way you know that.
It's funny because this was out on Windows 3, and it was made
Windows 3?
specifically to help people transition with mouse tracking, how to click and drag. So it was used as a training thing.
And to this day, people are still playing that damn game.
You're a loser, Matt.
In many
Matt
ways.
secretly has lost many solitary games to Microsoft.
Solitaire, a good game. I can't believe you fucking know that. Did you really? Wow.
I used to play it all the time instead of doing anything that I was
took a
supposed
wild
to do,
guess.
like schooling or anything.
You got lucky on a wild guess. It could have been any year, early 90s or
I
whatever.
still have it on my machine.
Is that the world's most popular free game? It must be, because it's included
It used to be. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it still is, though, because there was some other ones like, what was the one with the caterpillar?
Snake.
Oh, man. No, there was a name. Man. Centipede.
Oh,
Centipede,
yeah. I've got
And
that in my gaming arcade.
Yeah, and I think that took over at some point or whatever. I don't know. There's different things, but that's a good question. I should look that one up for next
they
time.
stopped doing Solitaire on machines. You have to
Good
download it now.
questions, Gray. Your first one was shit.
Yeah,
but I liked
it was
2 and 3. Yeah.
Oh,
I like the ones that I win.
Yeah, which is most of them. So why not?
Yeah, I never think I got 1 or something because bloody Matt's just a geek.
One time we're gonna do this with like 9 people, and I'm gonna see if Matt can hold it up. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
you probably will. You'll probably get lucky and still be able to do it. Anyway, we come to the end of the show once again, and thanks everybody for listening in. And remember, the video version will have some of the stuff, the extra little things that we stick in. So take a look for that, and look for the shorts, and look for the quick breaks. And guys, thanks for joining me, and we'll all talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.